bench was obviously huge for you guys tonight. What do you think about those guys?
Yeah, they did a great job. Keita was ridiculous. Did a fine job at both ends of the court. He can hardly guard LeBron, but he did his best at the offensive end. He shot well, he moved well without the ball, and did a good job. So it was it really was a team effort because I thought, some of the bench guys outplayed the starters, which is a great sign because, starters aren't going to do it every single night, and they got to have that support, and they get credit for doing that and playing for 48 on the last game of a road trip. It's been a long road trip, been a good road trip, but they had the same tenacity and competitiveness tonight as they did for the first game on the trip, which was, I think, Utah, I think.
Yeah. Speaking of Keita, when you have a guy that hasn't played much, do you ever really know what you're going to get from him when you put him? You don't expect 30, but
well, exactly. It's ridiculous to expect that, but he's a conscientious guy. He's a great teammate, and he's becoming more and more disciplined, all the time, and also a little bit more confident. So he feels like he's got a place.
Do you feel like Landale gave you good minutes there in the first half?
Yeah, he's played really well. He knows how to play. Doesn't do anything spectacular, but he's always in the right place, depending on what's going on the court.
I guess you guys go home now for the holidays. Do you guys talk about the COVID situation with the holidays?
Yeah, we just did it again. Yeah, it was part of the post-game talk to be careful and, make sure who you're with and who's coming to your house and what house you're going into and all that sort of thing, because that can really screw up your season.
When you look around the league, does it just feel inevitable that every team's going to get?
I'm hoping it's not inevitable, but being logical, you'd be surprised if it didn't hit you a little bit the way it's been. So, maybe this next month and a half is the toughest time where you bear down and be as disciplined as you can, and then maybe it looks a little bit better. Okay.
So tell me about your night. Take me through your night. 30 points, don't miss a shot. How does that happen?
I was just playing the game, reading the defense, moving around. I don't think I dribbled that much, honestly. It was just moving, cutting. All my teammates found me every time, knocked down shots, made the open layup, and that was pretty much it.
As a guy that doesn't play every night, doesn't play much every night, how do you stay ready for a night like this when your number's called?
Always watching, paying attention to what's going on in the game, whether you're playing or not, and then off days, every day doing something, staying ready for when that moment comes.
You were talking walking in, your college high was 34?
I think so. I don't remember. It was a long time ago.
Remember who it was against?
I think Michigan State.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
You can look it up, maybe.
Yeah, I think it might have been.
So what were you seeing tonight that allowed you to get loose towards the bucket?
When they went small, they're kind of a little loose with their switches and everything, so every time I would go screen, I would just roll, and then whoever would drive, and I'd just circle around and just find the open pocket.
Then you also end up guarding LeBron some.
Yeah.
What was that like?
I've guarded him multiple times before. It's just knowing not getting like starstruck by him. Obviously he's a great player, but you got to guard him, like everybody else.
Now he's going to get starstruck by you, maybe?
Nah, I don't allow that.
There was the one play where you weren't guarding LeBron at the time, but you picked off the pass and went coast to coast.
Yeah.
Take me through that, what you were saying.
They were saying yesterday in scout and walkthrough, they said, if LeBron's got it or whatever, just being heavy help. Obviously, he's a load, obviously, so being there to help who's ever on him and then make the pass active. I got long arms, so being active, pick off passes.
And as far as the bench as a whole, this is just a ridiculous amount of points you guys scored. Is that just the value of the depth of this team where you can have different guys?
Yeah,
stuff like that?
yeah, absolutely. I think 4 or 5 or 6 of us don't play consistently minutes every night. But all of us stay ready at all times. We play every day. We talk about what to do when we get in the game. So whenever that time comes, all of us are always ready.
I think you guys did a good job of just, there's been this pattern of win-loss, kind of building on the win the other night in LA.
We're a young team first, but obviously we're finally figuring out who we are. Obviously defense is like our biggest thing. With them playing together on offense, and obviously we're 30 whatever games into the season. We're finally figuring it out.
Is part of it that you guys have had your entire group pretty much together now for a big stretch here where a lot of teams have it? That's got to be beneficial in putting that thing together.
That absolutely helps. That wasn't a thing 4 or 5 years ago with so many people being in and out all the time. But luckily, and I hope it continues, obviously, that we have most of our guys here all the time.
Yeah. I mean, the holidays are going to be big for,
Yeah.
staying away from COVID and stuff.
Yeah.
Does it change what you want to do for Christmas or how you approach that holiday?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not obviously going to do a whole lot for Christmas. It's relaxing the next couple of days, but I hope everybody's still safe. No one, obviously the NBA or whatever is ramping up the testing and all that, so hopefully everybody's staying safe, so we don't have any of those setbacks. We're rolling right now, so we don't have to obviously take a step back.
You're obviously an elite player in college. You come in the NBA and you've been, up and down here and there. What does it feel like when you get in a game like this and you're playing like you're the best player on the court, like you were most of your life? Like, does it feel like it's right? Does it feel like it's natural?
Yeah, it feels a little more natural, but I mean, most of the guys in the NBA were great in college or high school, McDonald's All-Americans or whatever, and then most of us become role players. Everyone said it multiple times, and most of the league is role players. So obviously when that chances come, most of us are pretty much capable of doing that if that time comes, and staying ready, obviously.
Indicator.
I should be asking you that. I think it was just Keita's a very, very smart individual on the court and off the court. And he does what he needs to do on the team, which is cutting, being open, finding himself open. And, and we found him. He continued to cut. He continued to make the right reads, and things were going his way.
Is that just pretty amazing? A guy can play, not play, and you put him in a game and he goes and gets you 30?
Oh, absolutely. That's why he's in the NBA. You got to put respect on almost any player that's out there. We're here for a reason. So he always has a positive mindset, always has a positive attitude. So whether he's playing or he's not, there's a high consistency as far as, his motto. It doesn't change. He knows his role, and that's that.
A night like this, does it show sort of the value of depth on this team?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I feel like every other game, one of us can get going. We have a high group of young class teammates who can all create for themselves, can all score the three, can all, shoot at multiple levels. So it's very happy to see KBD go off like that and not miss a bucket at that.
Yeah.
So that's a great Christmas present for himself.
Did you almost want him to stop shooting at the end?
Oh, no.
Keep it straight, keep it perfect.
I seen that corner shot. I said, he better shoot it. He need to get that 30 points, man. So, I'm just happy for him. It's a great win. It's a great way to end the road trip. And it's a great way to go into Christmas.
Yeah. You guys are one of the few teams with kind of a full roster right now. Obviously, that's beneficial just because you have the guys, but is it also beneficial you guys are able to work on a chemistry and a flow and how to get people
Yeah, absolutely.
on the same page?
I think, like I've said thousands of other times, we're a young team, but we're still growing, and we're getting better and better and better as the road goes down. We're going to have our ups and downs, and we're going to embrace both of them, but we're maturing as a team. Our ability to play Utah, win, lose to Sac, and then bounce back to beat the Clippers, who's also a great team. It just shows, our attitude going into, each game, so it's been fun. We're enjoying this a lot.
Pop said he talked to the team a little bit about when you're going for the holidays, be careful of COVID stuff.
Yeah.
How does that affect how you plan to spend your Christmas day?
Not much. This is actually the first Christmas I'm alone. So sad, Lonnie, this Christmas. Everyone's going back home. Even my fiance is going back home. So it's just me and the dogs. They got their Christmas outfits. I got my outfits. So we're home alone.
You're social distancing, but not by choice.
Oh, not by choice, but I guess it's a blessing in disguise for me.
Just how important is that to, like you mentioned earlier, keep the roster together, try to avoid some of these decimations?
It's extremely important because, we're finding our rhythm as a team, and we're still figuring it out. So we just got to stay with it, stay positive, understand what environment we're in, and, that just comes with just being mature.
Lonnie, how's your shot feeling right now? You hit some big shots this road trip.
Feels great. It feels back to how it should have been. When I wasn't playing too well, after games, after practices, I was coming back into the court. I was coming back to the gym, and that's what just kept me sane. I stayed in the gym, literally. After games, I played. Oh damn, I'm 1 for 10. It's 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. It don't matter. I'm going back into the gym. After practices, okay, come back at 6 o'clock, get my shots back up, get my flow back on. Next game, still not playing good. It's okay. You control what you can, and let the work speak for itself. I'm not going to sit here and complain about situations, you know, when the opportunity has presented itself. So, as always, I'm going to keep on staying in the gym. On our off days, shoot, you know, I might just go shoot during Christmas. I might have a nice little workout on Christmas. That might be my present. So just staying in there, keeping my rhythm, and just staying ready.
The behind the back pass to Jock, where does that rate on your highlight reel, your personal highlight reel?
I don't know. You know, that was it's just me being me sometimes, just doing what I do, you know, enjoying the game. And it just happened. But it was sure as hell a great pass, let alone have it had here in LA, you know, where bright lights, big city. So, you know, had to have some flavor with it.
So did you guys have did you see 30 points from Keita coming today?
Yeah, that was on the game plan.
Good job.
But yeah, he was huge for us. Came in, guarded, was active, back cuts, big for us. Love to see it too.
Yeah, what was he doing to get open around the rim? I think his first 7 shots were from about 2 feet.
Yeah, I mean, he was playing pretty much the 5 most of the game, and I mean, he's crafty at it. I mean, I remember in open gym, he was the 5 and slips, kind of just sneaks back there and gets lost. So did a great job being ready and was huge for us.
What does it say about him and I guess this team that a guy that doesn't play all that much or all the time can come out and have a 30-point night, and about the depth of the team? And
Yeah, I mean, stay ready. He's always in the gym, 3-on-3s, doing stuff to be ready. And, I mean, we got a lot of guys that can do a lot of different things, so that's always nice to see people get rewarded for the hard work that they put in.
Is that kind of how this team has to win, is a lot of different guys having good nights? Like, it's not going to be a one-man show very often?
Yeah, I mean, every night it could be somebody different. I mean, that's what makes it fun. It brings everybody closer together, too. So just every night, we just need a bunch of people to step up, and, I mean, we've been having a little more success that way.
What did you guys take from this road trip, and can you bring it back home with you for the next 3 games?
Yeah, definitely some things we can build off of. It's always good to win on the road, but learn from each game, have a good holiday, and then come back and we got back-to-back, right? So we got to come right back ready to go.
Speaking of the holiday, Pop said he talked to you guys about being careful, about COVID and stuff. Does that change what you end up doing for the holiday?
Yeah, I mean, I don't do a whole lot anyways, but just be smart, try to protect my family and people that I'm around. So it's crazy right now, but just try to be smart and protect everybody.
Obviously, it's important for a health, human reasons, but also for basketball reasons. If you guys can keep your roster together, it's sort of an advantage in this climate.
Definitely. I mean, the healthiest teams might have a big advantage. So just gotta try to stay healthy, mask up, do whatever you need to do to avoid getting a positive. So far so good, but we'll see after this holiday.
The fact you guys have had the group together pretty well intact, except for maybe a guy here or there, is that kind of one of the reasons you guys are coming together right now and having these kind of nights, these performances, these good games, that you've had the group together for a while to gel a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I think we said from the beginning that everybody got along and everybody loved each other. I mean, we had a dinner the other day and everybody just laughing, having fun. So we can just get along and have fun off the court. It's going to make us play better on the court together.
Did you know you had a free throw streak broken tonight?
Chip told me after the game. Yeah, I kind of backed off of that one. And if I had known that, maybe I would focus a little more. I don't know, but start again.
Are you excited for Christmas?
Yeah. You know, I got my Santa hat on right now. Got some family coming in. I'm going to be good. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas.